Good Wednesday afternoon to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com. They're representing 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Looking at the big gyre here, spinning away, this large upper level low. This was over Lake Superior about this time yesterday, and it's now in a position near vicinity of Chicago, a little bit east. And this is going to be tracking into position generally around the Tennessee-Kentucky border area. It will then probably open up and weaken and eventually head toward the northeast United States, bringing us more precipitation threats, especially over the weekend. Now for Vermont utilities, little to no utility impacts are expected during this period, which stretches the rest of today, Wednesday, through Tuesday, October the 4th. We're looking at several days of unsettled weather with a slow increase of moisture, which will begin especially this weekend. Some potential of a weak benign thunderstorm here and there, producing localized moderate to heavy rainfall, especially across mainly southern Vermont. No tropical issues this period, but we're watching a newly formed tropical storm Matthew and an abrupt northward turn. It's way down in the southern part of the Caribbean, but that turn could take it to the vicinity of North Carolina in about a week from today. Of course, a long ways off. From there, just don't know what the track will hold. This is the 7-day total accumulated precipitation through next Wednesday. And you can see that up and down the eastern seaboard, influenced by some of this tropical moisture, this will be a factor. Now we have this upper level low that's swirling in this big gyre, and a pretty good moisture track right now through parts of Virginia into and up to into New Jersey will provide this particular area with some pretty decent rainfall. Now, of course, for Vermont, we're looking at 1-inch amounts here on the blue line. This is about a ½ inch, quarter-inch, and so forth. So northern areas expected to remain relatively dry. Southern areas a little wetter, and especially in that area around southern New England and down the eastern seaboard. So tracking the current precipitation just for the kicks here, and this is across parts of Virginia. And this particular area is expecting to have some fairly heavy rainfall over the course of time due to that southwesterly flow or southerly flow on the eastern side of that big upper level low. So 6 hourly panels here. You can see precipitation in the colors and the gray, as well as thickness lines, and no issues for any mixed precipitation types, of course, but we're watching that upper level low that's over basically Tennessee, Kentucky, and its track. And this is valid now through Friday or Thursday night into Friday morning. And then you can see some precipitation begin to swing into the region across mainly southern Vermont. This works in on Friday night, and then by Saturday, we're looking at, this is valid 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, some precipitation working in. And you can see sort of impulses or pulses kind of roll off this upper low. And then it heads back north into the Great Lakes and makes a right turn and affects us. It looks like this is valid Monday evening at about 8 p.m. And you can see variable amounts of clouds, showers, and maybe a few thunderstorms mixed in, of which look like they're going to be benign. Now, one of the things I want to call your attention to, this is Matthew. Again, this is the European model. And this is beyond our period here. This is 8 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. Keep your eyes to the south toward Florida. 240 hours out, about 10 days out. Long ways, but something to keep a close eyeball on. No big deal here. This is the centered on Burlington, Vermont, the GFS ensemble. And you can see precipitation trends starting on the 1st of October and then continuing. And continuing with the ensemble here from the GFS model. Daily highs not too far from 65 or 60, and a little bit warmer as we get around the 3rd of October and so forth. And models start coming apart in this vicinity around the 4th. So what does that mean for average weighted temperatures for the next 5 days? These are maximum temperatures. Well, in Vermont, we're looking at generally 3 to 6 degrees above normal, near normal across southern Vermont. About 3 days later, not too far, not a whole lot of change here. 3 to 6 degrees above normal. That weighted cooler spot across southern Vermont edges slightly north. And again, this is the 3 to 7 day high temperature outlook. Turning to the tropics, this is Tropical Storm Matthew. First advisory, 60-mile-an-hour winds crossing the Lesser Antilles, taking a track westbound. Invest 97L, or Tropical Storm Matthew, is forecast to continue on a westbound trajectory and then a sharp turn to the right, either crossing the eastern end of Cuba, possibly a little bit further to the west across Jamaica, and possibly into the Bahamas or in the vicinity of Florida, as you saw the European model. This is the GFS ensemble, and it takes it to a position off of North Carolina in about day 7, day 8. So this is the 97L model intensity guidance, and you can see that it's only got more to expand. Category 1 hurricane, most spaghetti tracks here, but a definite, if you follow these red tracks here, you can see Category 3, Category 4 potential. So something we'll definitely have to monitor. I would rule this out at this point in time, but it is interesting to see a definite increasing trend for what will be a Hurricane Matthew in our future. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.